G'day guys, how's it going? I hope you're all off to a fantastic start to the week. I know I certainly am. I was talking to a friend yesterday and we're talking about trading USD pairs, trading alts against USD. It's something that I personally don't do. It's something that Donnie doesn't do. And it's something that I often see people asking about. So I thought I'd just give you guys a quick little explanation of why I don't do it. Firstly, I'll show you how alt USD pairs work. Essentially, they essentially work as a combination of BTC USD and the alt against BTC. So that's exactly why I don't trade them. It's essentially adding a degree of difficulty because you essentially have to chart two pairs rather than just charting your standard one. So I'll give you guys a really quick demonstration to help you understand it, because it's a bit of a complex one. It is. If you don't get it first go, don't stress. It does take a little bit to wrap your head around. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen and we will have a look. We're not looking at a chart today. We are just going to look at my watch list. So a little bit different. Now you can see on the watch list this percentage change. If I put my mouse over it, you can't see the full thing, which is a little bit annoying, but this percentage change column tells you the gain or loss in asset price as a percentage since the last daily candle shut. It's a bit of a complicated way of saying it, but it basically just tells you the change in this daily candle. It's 9 minutes until this candle shuts, so you're basically getting a 24-hour percentage change when you look at that percentage change column. So you can see, looking at Bitcoin, it's gone up 2.43% against USD, right? So if we come down and we look at BAT BTC, it's gone down 2.3%. Now if we look at BAT USD, it's done 1.96, so we'll say 2%, right? Now what that actually is Bitcoin's 2.3% minus BAT's 0.3% loss against Bitcoin, and that gives us about 2%, right? We've got 1.9% there. You can see the same thing. F against BTC has gone up 4%. BTC USD has gone up 2.4%. And so FUSD has done it's 4.1 now, 4.1% plus 2.4%, about 6.5%. Beautiful. So it's it's a little bit out, but it's a very very close. It's very close to exact. XRP BTC has gone down 5.86%. So what we would expect XRP USD to have done is come down the 5.83% that XRP lost against Bitcoin, go back up the 2.4% Bitcoin gained against XRP, which gives us, what's that, 5.8, take 2.4 would be about 3.4. Yeah, which gives us about a 3.4% loss. And you can see here, XRP USD has lost 3.5%. So I'll give you guys a bit of a Dora the Explorer moment. I'll give you guys Neo BTC. You guys can come up with an answer for this. So if it's lost 1.5% against the bit, so Neo has lost 1.5% against BTC. BTC has gained 2.46 against the USD. So what do you think that Neo USD should be showing? So for me, I go 2.4 minus 1.5. So Neo USD should be about 1%, about 0.9 to 1% gain. So we go Neo USD 0.85, right? So you can see this is a really, really good way of showing how alts work against USD, right? They're not really directly not correlated. They're not really directly dependent. Nah, I can't think of the right word, to be honest. But right, when you're trading Bitcoin against USD, you can just chart Bitcoin against USD. Yes, you can worry about what the DXY is doing and what other things are doing, but there's no really external factors. The two factors are Bitcoin and the USD. Whereas, and the same thing when you're trading Bitcoin against an alt, right? The two factors are Bitcoin and that alt. But when you trade an alt against the USD pair, you have the factors of the alt. So let's say Neo in this case, Bitcoin, and then also the USD. So you end up with an extra factor. So essentially, if you want to chart alt against USD, you have to chart Bitcoin against USD, then the alt against the USD, and say they both look like they're going long, then yeah, you can potentially go long on alt USD pairs. But if you are only charting the alt against USD, you're essentially missing information because the alt might have done really well against Bitcoin, and that's why its USD price has been going up, and then you might want to go long. But Bitcoin is sitting on a cliff, it's about to tank, and if Bitcoin tanks, the alt against USD is going to go nowhere. It's also a really, you run into dangerous territory in terms of your risk management when you are trading alt against USD. Because let's say that I was in, and this is something that's happened to me, I'm in, let's say 3 alt shorts. I'm also in a Bitcoin short, well, alt against USD shorts I'm talking about. What I've essentially done is just put more than 1% of my account risk on a Bitcoin USD short, because if Bitcoin tanks, those alts against USD are going to tank. If Bitcoin does well, then most or all those trades are likely to get stopped out. And so instead of having 1% risk on my Bitcoin short, I essentially end up with 4% risk by being in those 4 trades. And it's happened to me before where I've been stopped out. I think it was 3 trades, but I was in 2 alt shorts and a Bitcoin short. Bitcoin ran, and so I lost 3% of my account. So by trading alts against BTC, you don't have that risk. You know, Bitcoin might run, but the alt might sit flat against BTC. It also might dump. You still might run the risk, but it is less correlated. And that's something that Ray Dalio talks about a lot with his portfolio theory, is you do not want correlated risk. So I hope that helps you guys understand how the alt USD pairs work. They do depend on the Bitcoin USD and the alt Bitcoin pairs. And so if you want to keep your trading as simple as you can, which for me is how I aim to do it, then it's probably best to avoid alt USD pairs, or at least it's definitely something that you should keep in mind. You can trade them because there's a ton of opportunity there. I know Annie, she trades alt USD pairs and she kills, right? There's nothing wrong with trading them. It's just, for me, it simplifies my trading to ignore alt USD pairs, and that's how I like it. So I hope that does help you guys going forward. I hope it's something that you can keep in mind, hopefully use to improve your trading, whether that means taking less losses or more gains, either way. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great week.